help us work it or do what?
Well, just to be here.
Oh, you meant, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well,
Well,
to be here on a daily basis, enough time for us to have it open. So when people come through, they have a section to go to.
Islam Moors.
Start up.
Now we
Close the door out.
where are those markers from yesterday? You get them back to Kenta?
Oh, I got them. I
You
got
got
them.
them?
I'll be back. Send the computer. Let's put it up first and I'll go get it.
Yeah.
What's up?
Got some?
no.
Alright. Yeah, well let's do the prayer and then we'll continue on. Face the east, 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth. Peace. Freedom. And justice. Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide. And my salvation. By night. And by day. Through his holy prophet. Noble Drew Ali. Islam.
Yes,
Letters to be read before every meeting. A warning from the Prophet to be read in every meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must put an end to all radical and agitating speeches while on their jobs, homes, or on the public streets. We advocate peace and not destruction. Stop trying out your cards with Europeans, for it causes confusion. There has been much confusion caused by members trying out their cards. These cards are for your salvation. Failure of obeying my orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members that seek to hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet, or to violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors must obey the laws laid down to them by their prophet, and if they lose confidence in their prophet, give up your card and button, cease wearing your turban or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. For this is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet is sending out a divine plea to all true Moorish Americans that they may do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. Noble Drew Ali. To the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam, these are the instructions from your holy prophet, Drew Ali, Noble Drew Ali. Be faithful unto your forefathers' divine and national creed, that you will be blessed for your good deeds that you sow in the flesh. Allah is the one that judges the world, and his judgment is now on, but the weak comprehend it not. The end of time is drawing near, so says Allah to his divine prophet, I, Noble Drew Ali. And that is why many hearts have turned to stone, and many have eyes to see but cannot see, ears to hear but cannot hear, lest they will be confounded of their sins. These are trying hours now, dear Moors, and every evil spirit is moving, and they are trying every weak mind to overthrow and drag out the true foundation that has been laid, and to cause confusion in the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, you fear not what you hear or see, but will sacrifice the utmost of your very life to protect your movement and your prophet. Watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lowest, the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temples. Act accordingly, and Allah will bless you for your good work. Peace, your divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali. To be proclaimed in every meeting. Islam, I am glad to know that I have a few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There is a host of jealousy about me and the movement now by the same people on our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as American citizens, they are working every scheme they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that attribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I am calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance, and I need it badly. Never before have I needed finance so badly as I do at present, so I can shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my fame and nobility. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without I, the prophet, being head. It has been proven by my works which I have performed in the last few years. Islam.
Islam.
So that was the reading that was supposed to be read every meeting, that we have to make sure that we put those out there, because too many of individuals that are coming into this information are coming in without the full perspective of what Noble Drew Ali presented to the Moors. So make sure in your studies you look into newspaper articles about Noble Drew Ali and Moorish Science Temple, specifically from the Chicago Defender newspaper, as well as Moorish Guide articles and the FBI papers for the Moorish Science Temple. We also want to put on the record, next week, Saturday, is the second Unity Summit, where Canaanland Moors asks the conscious community, why not proclaim your nationality? August 6th, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., Oakdale Community Center, 350 Grand Ravine Drive, Room 2. Now, from the last one, we had, you know, Black Lives Matter wasn't there. There was no university black groups or whatever like that. There was no chematologists or Egyptologists or whatever. So few people didn't think it was important enough to be there. Those that did are the ones who we know already have some type of tie to Noble Drew Ali directly or indirectly. Whether they say it or not, we know that there's a connection. So those individuals there, we're expecting to have some other organizations there as well, because I got some calls. So we should, and a couple emails, so we should get some more there. Again, you know, this is our forum. This is something that we're doing. So there's going to be a certain mode of operations with regard to how that takes place. 2 weeks after that, Sunday, August 14th, we have tickets for Brother Lanre Onibindi Bay's book launch, 27th Letters. You can go to the website 27thletters.com, and he's going to be doing fundraiser, book launch / show, independent artist show, hosted by Nia Singh and Abina Sam at 1585 Dundas Street West at the Lula Lounge, and performances by Faye, GSC, M3G, Asim, Beast, Chopsy, Mikey G, Roots K, Miss Taj, Iron Sheik, Reda Reds, Ethic, and Primo. So if you want tickets, get at us for the tickets. And general admission or ticket price is 10 notes. Or if not, you know, go at the door and pay whatever door price is, which is going to be more than the ticket price. Today we wanted to speak about the concept of claiming the birth certificate, because it's still something that's it's still something that's out there, even though it's something that shouldn't be out there, based on its lack of de jure energy. So we wanted to make sure that our people are clear that there's no way, there's absolutely no way possible on God's green earth that there's no way that a birth certificate can be claimed. There's no way that a birth certificate can be claimed, right? And authenticated. Okay. Now, the idea is that because we're in this system of bankruptcy, because we're in a system of bankruptcy, people are using the fact that it's desperate times right now to get people involved in things that might not necessarily be for them to be involved in. So as soon as you hear people start talking about claim birth certificates, discharge debts, exemption accounts, secured creditors, and things like that, automatically know that people who talk like that are feeding off of the so-called sovereign citizen movement that these people are trying to tie Moors to, right? The reason why we're tying this perspective of claiming birth certificates and whatever else to the sovereign citizen movement is so that when it comes up, the same way they use the concept of sovereign citizen movement to say that these people are anti-government and anti-this and anti-that. That's why we're putting them in there. Because to claim a birth certificate and to authenticate it obviously means that the individuals doing that are anti-government, right? Now we know Moors who have gone through the process of filing a UCC-1. We know Moors who have received checks or whatever like that from Department of the Treasury because they filed the UCC-1 claim birth certificate, etc. What those Moors realized is that even if you go through those processes, even if you go through that thing of saying that you're going to claim this instrument, after you claim it and you go through the whole thing, what it's really going to come back to in the end is what's your nationality. That's all it's going to come back to. Because when they started shutting down, when they started cutting down the checks that Moors were getting after they did the UCC, I don't know if Europeans or whoever got it, I don't know, right? But Moors who we know that did the process, when the check stopped, immediately they said, well, you know, let's contact the Treasury Department because they're the ones who are issuing the checks. And they realized probably by the second writ that they sent out that the Treasury Department is not responding to that. Now what we have to go back to, just to stress the point as to why, and this is not just for these Moors filing UCC or whatever like that. This is across the board for any body that says they're a Moor and they decide to send something to somebody else who's a foreigner to them and didn't get a response.